manpower and income bonus while at war with them. So I want that bonus because I'm currently at war with Granada, and I'll call Crusade for them. Actually, not for Granada. I'll call one against Morocco because I'd like to attack them next. So I've called a Crusade for Morocco, which means that everyone in the Christian world will now get casus belli against Morocco. Yeah. I can also, as papal controller, excommunicate, which you can see down here. They have two good relations with the papal state. A quick way of seeing who you can excommunicate, and this gives you, by the way, a special casus belli to attack them. You can go here, click Papal Rome. Just click on this little icon over here. And you can see who has the worst relations. And they have to be a Catholic nation, obviously. So you can see that these are all Orthodox. Sardinia has the lowest, but it's not negative. It has to be in the negatives for me. Oh! It has to be below 100. So I can excommunicate them. So if I excommunicate the leader, by the way, I'm not excommunicating the country, I'm excommunicating the leader technically. No Catholic country will need a casus belli to go to war with them. I'm going to do that just to show you what it does. I'm really pumping up all my crusading power. So we have a holy war against Morocco. Against Morocco. We have gained the excommunicated ruler casus belli against Sardinia. And Crusade happened to us. So it gives me all these very nice things. National tax modifier plus 10%. Awesome. Morale of armies plus 0.1. And although I'm not actually directly at war with them, like I'm attacking Granada, I still get this bonus. So yearly prestige plus 1%, yearly papal influence, national manpower, all really great. And I can see them down here as part of my modifiers. So you can see Crusade. So God shall grant us victory. So Crusade, and I can also see the Smugglers dominating event, which I got at the beginning of the game. And of course, what I get from papal controllers. Remember, these are all your modifiers. Also, you see Smugglers dominating. It will end 1410, March 21. That's what that number means. So let's continue. We're at 50% at Almeria. Okay, more people have joined. Tunisia and Tripoli. That's really no problem again. Hopefully. I don't think it will be. So I'm attacking again. This time they have much less morale. But I am crossing over a river, which is going to be -1, and the terrain is bad. So they're attacking on hills. I'm attacking up hills. So that gives me -4. But it doesn't really matter because they're very badly hurting. And I've won. So again, they're going to cross a river and I'm going to get that minus stability. That minus, not stability, sorry. That minus points, I suppose you could call them. Minus modifier, that negative modifier. So this time it's only crossing because Cordoba is plains. If I could reach Badajoz before they could, I would have a very likely chance of just destroying their army completely and wiping it off the map. Shamefully, I cannot though, unless I take troops away from Almeria, but the more troops you have sieging a place, the faster it goes, so I'd rather keep it there. So okay, let's continue. So we're kind of going back and forth. You can see, if you see like the steam coming out of Badajoz, that means it's been looted. So if we hover over tax, that's -50% to tax. And of course I get the smugglers dominate -10. But that -50 is really bad. As much as you can, try to stop enemies from sitting on your province. Even though they don't even capture it, they'll still get that -50%. You'll still get that -50% from national tax modifier. From tax modifier. There, I destroyed them because they had such low morale. They scattered. I'm gonna go siege Granada now. Peasants' War. Basically, this Austria is gonna have a lot of rebels very soon. Oh, and Sardinia. Sardinian particularists. Nothing's happened here. Oh, but you can see they're at war with Milan, Bohemia, and Silesia. So everyone's been jumping up to attack them. By the way, this, guys, is what I've been talking about earlier. So Philippe Campomanes and Diego de Ojeda, who won a philosopher and spy master. They've been bought by Aachen and Lorraine. So they've been paid I've been paid. Sorry, I've been paid $8.11 ducats. So they spent money for my guy, for my advisor, which, if you remember, is over here. So you see, I can get Marek Plizen, but he's going to cost me 11.6 because he's a foreigner rather than someone who was born in. So again, I got some of this. So, rather than someone who was born in my country, who would be cheaper. So again, you'll get a lot of these. You can turn off these notifications through message settings. Message settings right here. You can deal with that on your own. So you see, now I have this greater than sign over here than 100%. So this means that I'm coming close to for the city to surrender, and or I could assault it. This is actually exactly the same idea as in Crusader Kings 2. You'll suffer a lot of losses, but you'll get it quicker. I'm frankly in no rush, but I will. I'm a bit afraid. I don't think I have enough forces. Because they still have 922. You could click assault. Here, I'll show you what it does. So you see, I'm actually taking a lot of more. Yeah, I lost. So I took a huge morale hit, and I weakened them a little bit, but it wasn't really worth it. Oh, so Gibraltar just won a battle. They probably just produced a unit there, and because I was already on Gibraltar, it scattered. Never build an army where there's an enemy army already there. That's a sure way of wasting money, because they'll just destroy them immediately. No fight. Unless I suppose they only have one weak guy, but I mean, why take the chance? So I'm going to increase the speed now. Sea walls breached, whatever, 38%, 75. There. So I won the siege of Almeria, and now Castile owns it. I'm now going to go and help my Portuguese ally besiege Granada. I've won the siege of Gibraltar. Okay. Actually, what's happened now, what I've just realized, is that because Portugal is besieging Granada, I will not be able to take the province myself. Only Portugal will be able to get it, unless they move somewhere else. As I can see here, by the flag, it's Portugal who's, you see on the bottom, left hand, it's Portugal who's, will take the province, not me. So Granada is now asking for white peace, which is no one wins. Both sides, nothing happens, which I'm going to decline. I'm just going to wait for me to take Granada. So as we can see, Sardinia, and you can see the red here, means that King Mariano, oh, we won. King Mariano is excommunicated, and he's up for grabs, which he is. He's at war with Milan, Bohemia, and Silesia. Anyway, so peace offer. Granada will cede Almeria and Gibraltar. Granada will pay 34. And with the Holy War, Casus Belli will gain 14.4 prestige and 2 infamy. For all of you watching, never ever accept an offer of peace from the AI, because you can almost always, pretty much always, get a better deal by making one yourself. You do this by just clicking on them, scrolling up, sue for peace, and then I have the option of annexing them, which I would do, but as you can see by these greenish stripes, Portugal has laid claim to Granada, and I cannot annex them because I do not own all their provinces. Too bad for me. What I can do is demand tribute, offer white peace, or offer tribute, so I give up to them. Offer white peace, I could say they would accept, and no one would win. Or I could demand tribute, which I'm going to do because I've clearly won. Here are my different options. So I'm going to ask them to concede defeat, obviously. This is a precondition to anything here. If I even unselect this and I click Almeria, This is already selected by default. So concede defeat. Oh, or I could force vassalize them. That would be another option I could do. And then I could later integrate them into my state. But because they're Muslim and they're not Christian, I would not be able to do that. By the way, word for the wise, for those of you that are playing the Ottomans, you might have to release Serbia and Bosnia, who are Ottomans' vassals, because you won't actually be able to annex them. They only serve as buffer states. And because they're Christian, you cannot, as the Ottomans, annex them unless you somehow become Christian yourself, which is impossible. So, in other words, vassals that are not of your state religion cannot become annexed, cannot get annexed by you. And by the way, it's not state religion. If we remember back here, so anyone that's part of this group of like heretics, I can annex heretics, like Orthodox, but I cannot annex heathens. Okay? So for example, if I was playing as Ottomans, Sunni Islam would be the one true faith, and Shia Islam would be heretical belief. But if I had a Shia Islamic state as part of my vassals, I could still integrate them into my state after 50 years or 100 years. I can't remember the exact, but you can see that by yourself. So back here, sue for peace, demand tribute, ask them, no, not to vassalize, concede defeat. Vassalize wouldn't work for me. I'm going to ask them to annul treaties with old treaties, such as an alliance or whatever, with Morocco, Algiers, and Algiers. And I'm going to ask for them to cede Gibraltar and Almeria. Would they accept this? Yes. So I'm going to add on Tunisia. They'd still accept this. I can see my prestige increasing here. You can see here, this is the cost. Right now I have 100% with them, so I can pretty much actually ask for almost anything as long as it adds up to 80. Underneath equal or underneath 100%. Sometimes you can get away with a little bit extra depending on how war-tired they are or how tired their allies are. I can see down here their peace offer value is 60, so I can still go for 40% more, but there is nothing left. And they would accept this offer. I'm also going to ask for some gold, so 25, that's all they have. So that's the cost. The prestige is the little crown. So I can see each of these are 6%, 6, not 6%, 6, so I get 6 prestige. And this is the infamy, so I get 1 infamy, and that's because I'm using the Holy War, Casus Belli. So that gives me only 1 infamy for annexing territory. And annual treaties are good because it gives me 1 prestige, which is always nice. So we're going to get 2 infamy out of this. Let's send it. Of course they accept. We gained a core in Gibraltar because we've completed our mission. So that's really nice. We've lost the Conquest Casus Belli. That was part of our mission. So we no longer have it. And now we have Protect Against Burgundy. That's our next mission. So we have to have, Burgundy has to have a smaller army than us. And to check that, all I have to do is go to Ledger, National Comparison, page 6. So we can see, we're probably down here. Yeah, Castile, we have 12,000, and Burgundy has, oh boy, they have 28,000. So I just have to increase my guys up to 28 or above, and I complete that, and I get 5 Army Tradition. Otherwise, I could cancel the mission for 5 Prestige, which is not worth it at the moment, and I'll get a new one. As you can see, Granada is still here, and I can declare war on them in 1st October 1401. Oh, sorry, no. That's just when my diplomat arrives. I can see here, Granada, my truce expires with them 1411, so after 10 years. Okay, this was just a ship battle. I am still at war with everyone else. Why? Because Morocco, being stronger than Granada, is actually the war leader. So they can actually ask to free. They can still attack me basically. But now I don't have much of an interest in fighting Morocco. So I would go Morocco, white peace. They would not accept. So next I could invade Morocco. Generally speaking, it's not that great of an idea, especially at the beginning. You don't have that great troops compared to theirs. They have much stronger cavalry, for